famous story that happened with the Rambam. He used to have debates with all types of critics and skeptics, with atheists that would come and try to convince him that there is no God. And in one of these debates, he had a certain philosopher, or whoever he was, a person who didn't believe in God. He came to knock on his door with all his books, and he came to with all his theories, speculations, tried to convince the rabbi that there is no God. He came knocking on the door, and the door opens. Nobody locked the door, nobody closed the door, so the door opens, squeaks open. He figured it's an invitation to walk in. He walks in. From the corner of his eyes, he notices there's a beautiful painting on a canvas with trees and birds, and there's clouds, and you can almost feel the painting. It's almost as if you're there. It almost looks so real that you can feel the breeze within the painting. There's animals, and there's people, and there's kids playing on the field, and he's watching and observing, appreciating every detail of this painting. In walks the Rambam, and he says, "I see that you are observing the painting." He says, "Listen, I am willing to pay an exuberant amount of money for this painting. Who painted it? Tell me right now." He tells them, "Look, listen, it's not so simple." He's like, "No, I gotta know who painted it. I'm willing to pay millions of dollars for this painting. Unbelievable. This work is a masterpiece, a work of art. I want to know right now who painted it. I'm willing to pay him cash up front." The Rambam says, "Listen, I'll tell you the truth. I was about to paint, but I'm not the one who painted this picture. Rather, a cat did." What are you talking about? He says, "Let me explain. I placed the bucket of paint right over here. I walked out of the room to go get a brush. I walked back in. A cat jumped out of the window, knocked over the bucket, and the paint all spilled on the canvas. And they created all these details on the painting. And the kids, and the people, and the sun, and everything you see within the moon over there, everything is so perfectly painted with details because of an accident." He looked at him, he says, "You got to be out of your mind. There's no way that something like this, so perfect, came about on its own. There has to be somebody behind it. Who painted it? Do you believe me to be so foolish to believe what you're saying?" The Rambam says, "Yes, I'm not lying to you. The cat spilled the bucket. The bucket spilled over. It created this beautiful masterpiece." And of course, the guy didn't buy it. And eventually he says, "Listen, I'm not leaving until you don't tell me who painted it." So the Rambam says, "May your ears hear the words that are coming out of your mouth, because you cannot believe that something could just spill over and create a masterpiece. So how do you expect me to believe that something blew up and it created such a masterpiece? A world with so many details, life, with people and animals, planets, universes, and galaxies, and Milky Ways. Where did this all happen? How did it all happen so perfectly, so aligned? There must be a designer, a perfect designer, divine designer behind it all." And with this, he ended the conversation, because there's nothing more to say. The world is too perfect to be created on its own.